Are we ready?
We're ready.
All right. Dad jeans. Dad jeans.
Oh my God.
That was the gold. That was the most gold we've ever had.
Oh my God. Jeff, this has never happened. It only happened one other time.
It happened one other time.
You guys.
And we missed about the same amount.
We've been talking for half an hour.
Yeah, probably half an hour. What time is it now? 8:53.
Oh my God.
We had a great segment. You guys missed Brendan's stories about cockfighting.
Oh, I can't believe that just happened.
He went to 2 cockfights.
I did,
ladies
in
and
Puerto
gentlemen.
Rico.
Let's just recap real quick.
Yeah, okay. Here's what you missed since I hadn't hit the record button. I fucking can't believe that just happened.
Colin Kaepernick?
Kaepernick.
For
Who used to
Christ's
kiss
sake.
his muscles.
Who used to kiss his muscles. I was saying that what's going on there, the reason why people are so pissed about it is because the underlying message is know your place.
Yes. Well said, Jeffrey.
Which is a very upsetting message when you consider it.
Yeah, like Mexico 68, the 2 guys who held up their fists during the national anthem when they're on the podium.
Know your place.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali. Know your place.
Muhammad Ali. Yeah. And then like this
today, we're fucking Martin Luther King Jr. Know your place.
What the fuck?
And now today we pretend like, oh, we loved him all along. Fuck you,
and,
America.
And Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. Fuck you, America.
Fuck you.
You hated these people.
Yeah. And we're threatened. And so
people.
Kaepernick.
Listen to me.
I know. Yeah. We might as well say that one.
Yeah.
About Kaepernick.
Exactly. So sorry.
That's when McCain lost the election, when he said that one and wagged his finger at the black fella who's running for president next to him.
Yep.
It's very interesting.
You know what he did though that I would be so happy to see in this political climate?
What's that?
He said I don't trust him. He's a Muslim. He said no, he's not a Muslim.
Oh yeah, that lady who had just rolled out of bed.
I don't trust him. He's a Muslim. That clip, that one and the Dean scream, I will still watch and get a hearty laugh out of every time.
The Dean scream. The Dean scream.
So good.
Just be presidential. How hard is it to be? Although Trump is proving be not at all presidential, and you can get to be president of the United States.
You know what? They just those people, if I may.
Yeah,
and we had a big long conversation about Trump and baskets of deplorables.
Oh, we did this whole thing.
We had so many good conversations.
This was box office gold, and it was it only happened in the Jeff. All we were doing was just having a conversation with each other, and it wasn't being recorded.
It makes me feel nervous.
It makes me feel really dirty. I said way too much.
There's got to be. We live in the surveillance age. There's got to be tape of that somewhere.
Oh, I think so.
How do we find that?
Someone is shooting this through the windows.
Somehow it's the TV. Does the TV listen now? I don't know.
Oh, our phones do. Because do you know this?
No.
Like every time you download an app on your goddamn iPhone and then accept the terms or whatever, it's like, can we use your microphone to just listen to you talk to people?
Oh, God.
And you're like, oh, sure. And then, because you don't know, you're saying, oh, sure. And then, have you ever noticed that you have a conversation with someone about like buggy whips? And then the next time you're on fucking Facebook, sure enough, there's an ad for buggy whips. And you just talked about it. You didn't even like click on anything. You actually had an actual conversation. And you're like, why are they reading my mind at this point? Guess what, everybody? They're not reading your mind. They're fucking listening to you through your phone.
I'm not buying this survey.
Survey?
Did I just say a survey?
You said survey because that's how infused with marketing you've become.
That's right. I poke I poke at that.
If I just take this brief survey,
yeah,
I'll be entered to win a cruise.
Wait, do you have a survey where I could win a cruise? Because I want to take that survey right now. That sounds
it's a
amazing.
cruise to Puerto Rico where you can go to all the cockfighting games you want.
I've heard wonderful things. I've heard there's great cock down there.
You know what? It's actually probably better that entire. So I just spent 20 minutes telling Jeff a story about the 2 times I went to a cockfight in Puerto Rico.
2 cockfights.
I went to 2 cockfights.
Two separate cockfights.
I think grammatically you say 2 cocks fight.
2 cocks fight.
It's like gins and tonic.
Right, or like attorneys general.
Yeah, like attorneys general. Yeah. Or like cohorts naked.
I don't know how.
No one does. No one
understands that. Well, let's get into let's
like a start again.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't want to get into this.
Jeff, you're being very patient with me. I would have blown a I wouldn't have blown a gasket, but
what are you gonna do? It's the past. What are you gonna get pissed about the past?
That's what Irish people do.
Did I ever tell you what my friend? This bears repeating. I think every few episodes, but because this is the most. I don't know if it's man versus woman thing, but or if it's just, I don't know what it is, but it's beautiful. My friend Don was dating this woman, and they had this. They got in this fight because he was out of town, and he was going to be coming back a day later than he was supposed to come back, or something like that. And she was all pissed at him because he didn't do this, he didn't do that, and so blah 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 blah. Blah. And he was like, "What?" Finally, he's like at the end of his rope. He's like, "What the fuck do you want me to do? What can I do to make this better?" And she said, "Be here yesterday."
Huh. It's very honest.
It's very honest, but it's fucking, that's our dilemma.
That is the
You
rub.
can't be here yesterday.
Right.
Like, don't suggest that as a solution.
So, but what she's actually saying is witness my frustration.
No,
She's not?
I don't think so. I think what she's saying is that what you have done is irreconcilable.
That makes me really mad when Emily reveals to me something that I can't fix, that
Yeah.
I have been, unbeknownst to me,
That's what I'm saying.
fucking up.
This is men are from Mars, women are from Venus, maybe.
It fucking, I
Because
don't know
it's
why.
not how do we move forward, it's how do we correct the past.
But
that
it's not
is
even how we correct the past.
incorrectable.
Let's dwell on how much you suck because the past got fucked up by you in a way you didn't realize was happening.
Wait, but so is that then revealing to you that you are living? I mean, to me, when I hear things like when I hear things that upset Sarah that I didn't know were happening at the time,
And now you can't fix it.
and now I can't fix it. But to me, that's almost irrelevant. Like, the thing that bothers me is the idea that I've been living in a fantasy world.
Oh, yeah.
That I'm like, wait, what? All of this stuff that just happened between now and 3 weeks ago has just been like, we've been viewing it in a completely different way, and it
Yeah.
makes me feel crazy. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm.
And then you suddenly get 9/11 and you're like, holy shit, I just joined the rest of the world in all of its
Right.
like misery and sensitivity, whereas before I was in a fool's
let
paradise.
the eagle soar, and then you start singing that,
From shore to shore.
licking your comb. Sorry, that was a deep Michael
A
Moore
John
reference
Ashcroft
for everyone.
reference.
Deep John Ashcroft reference.
John Ashcroft. He's been out of the public eye for a long time, and hasn't it been wonderful to not have him?
You know what? I barely even remember who he was.
We dealt with fucking John Ashcroft, Donald Rumsfeld, Dick Cheney. There was such a basket of deplorables.
The basket of deplorables. Michael, who was the UN guy?
Wolfowitz.
Remember
Michael. Yeah,
that
the guy with the
creeper?
mustache.
Yeah, that creeper.
Oh,
Child molesting looking motherfucker.
yeah. What was his name? He was just like, they were like, who's the most unpleasant person in the world that we can think of?
Right.
Let's make him our chief diplomat.
Yeah, let's put him in charge of diplomacy.
Yeah. Or not our chief diplomat, I guess, because that would be the Secretary of State.
Yeah, close enough. Okay, so Emily's saying shit to you. I feel like I hijacked that thread about
It's an interesting
change
thing,
the
though.
past.
Well, yeah, this Mars-Venus situation, because men, if I may make a generalization about our gender,
Okay.
here's what we love, Jeff.
What?
Solutions, pro tips, and hacks.
Solutions, pro tips, and hacks.
Yeah.
Do you own that URL?
No, but I shouldn't I? Oh, you know what? Shannon and I at work were looked up, but unfortunately it's already taken.
It's about time the Giggle Girl got back into this
I
conversation.
know. We haven't mentioned her in a long time.
No.
We were going to buy itsprobablycancer.com.
Oh, that's good.
And it's basically just WebMD. We're probably just going to make it like a window.
It's probably
like
cancer.
Yeah, it's probably cancer.com.
That's
but
hilarious.
somebody already bought it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that would be amazing. You would get a lot of hits on that. If like every symptom you typed in, they were like, it's probably cancer.
It's probably cancer.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Okay, let's get into, so I don't know if we caught this on tape or if we
Probably
missed
not.
this, since you fucked everything up in the past and
fucked
we can
everything up
never
in the past.
we can never fix this.
Exactly.
I would like to talk about my relationship with my daughter's public elementary school, which this is I wanted to get into this last week. We decided we needed to devote some time to it. So I think we put it under kids are more important now.
Okay,
what were you
let's-
going to say?
I was just going to say, let's play the theme song.
Our hopes and our dreams are losing their steam. They're futile anyhow. Don't you know the kids are more important now?
Brendan,
Jeffrey.
I've had some harsh realizations over the last few weeks.
About the public school paradigm?
Yes.
I'm looking forward to hearing about them.
So Hazel has started, I think I told you the whole story of how we got here. So moved out to Altadena. There is a charter school that is supposed to be good, meant to be good. We know people who go there. Their kids go there. They seem relatively happy. We toured it. Seems like a decent environment for children. They're pretty like hippy dippy in terms of their discipline, how they deal with discipline, which I've discovered discipline, Brendan, is
Ain't just a river in Egypt.
the biggest. No, it is the biggest thing. The biggest thing one has to concern oneself as a parent who is looking towards someone to educate their children. I believe that discipline is top priority over educational value, over
what in fact they teach.
Yeah,
it
their
really doesn't
disciplinary
matter.
practices.
You don't actually have to remember anything until college.
Yeah, and
Up until then, it's just how do you follow rules.
yeah, and Hazel's going to learn to read in the next year because we're her parents and we believe in that. You know, all this stuff. Most of the stuff she will learn of her own volition.
Yeah. Oh, that and the Teapot Dome scandal. You should learn about that in high school. But that's it.
That, and as you said earlier, the cotton gin is important.
Yeah.
Anything
Eli
about
Whitney.
Eli Whitney, that's right. The Spinnin' Jenny, I think, is still pretty important.
Oh yeah, yeah. And the chomping McGillicuddy.
I don't know that one. But let's.
It's farm equipment.
Okay. I wasn't sure about that one. Spinning Jenny. Why did we devote time in elementary school learning about the spinning Jenny?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's like the cotton gin. It's like a early American invention that revolutionized production. Essentially,
I see.
The means of production, Brendan. That's the history that was deemed important.
Oh, you know who controls
when
that?
we were children?
The bourgeoisie.
Exactly. So you guys learn about all these machines you're going to be working in the future, and how wonderful they are.
Exactly.
It is kind of scary.
That's how outmoded fucking public education is.
It really is. Okay, so we didn't get into this charter school, which I think I told you about this, like back when we went to the lottery. That the lottery is just literally a fucking hat. Like it's the most. It makes you so sad for the state of our public education.
Almighty.
That people are they're drawing names out of a hat. It's like bingo. Like it's terrible.
Fuck that.
So we didn't get into the lottery. We're like number 40 or something like that on the wait list. And in the meantime, we heard about this school down the road from us. It's a STEM school, so science, technology, math.
Engineering,
math. Sorry,
electricians.
Yeah, there you go. So it teaches you how to teaches kindergartners how to work with electricity. She has to wear boots, her rubber-soled boots every day.
And handle things with
her little
wooden
Disney
tongs.
princess boots. She goes to...
And when there's a down power line here in Altadena, all the kindergartners get on a bus and go deal with it.
But the kindergartners to work, exactly. So we heard that the school was good, and we went and we checked it out, and it looked nice, and so we had to go to the city school board and like petition to get our school to make this our home school. Like,
Really?
because it's in our district, but it's not considered our home school for some reason. So whatever. So we finally got that happening. Got into the school. Everything seemed great. We were like, oh, maybe the school is actually better than the charter school, and it's a totally public school. So we're like, yeah, we can kill birds with one stone. We can pretend that we are supporting our ideals and give her an excellent education. Our ideals being supporting public education.
Sure.
So then we realize, like a couple of days before school starts, there are two divisions at this school. There is the Spanish immersive program, and there is English. And the Spanish immersive program, that was started by the principal, who the principal is fantastic. She's really, really engaged, like has like turn this school around basically single-handedly. And she's hired all of these teachers. But the teachers she didn't hire were the English language teachers who are just kind of like hanging on.
Oh, boy.
And so we end up in this class.
So there is a sort of vestigial of the earlier time.
Exactly.
Got it.
So, and the kids who end up in the English classes are, in many cases, the ones who didn't know to or didn't want to put their kids in immersive Spanish or whatever. What I'm saying basically is there's 2 tracks.
Yeah.
And we got onto the lower track.
Which is English.
Which is English. Which is all English.
Yeah.
And like all the yupster parents who are like transforming the school are all in the Spanish immersive program.
You can change this.
Well, we're on a wait list to change it. But we can make the English classes better is what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
You just make yourself a problem.
Well, I know. We're working on it. We're trying to be squeaky wheels, but they have a wait. I mean, it's like a system. We're not going to jump to the front of the line.
Shit,
you know?
dude. I am so sorry.
But anyway, so we get to the first day of class, and I'm just looking around at like all the other parents, and I'm just like, it was that moment where I realized that like every political ideal I have about diversity, about like, you know, supporting public education, like it all goes out the window the minute I feel as if I'm getting shafted.
Interesting. Oh, interesting.
So like it is so white privilege of me, like, and I recognize it, but at the same time, like, and it's not me getting shafted, it's my child. Like there's a part of me where I'm just like, holy shit, I'm putting my daughter in this environment. Like I'm just like judging all the other parents. And like, the entire school is very diverse. And that's when I realized, bringing in our conversation from earlier that I think did not get recorded, but it's so classist. Like I am so judging people because I feel like they're poor and therefore their children are probably not prepared or are not going to be like good, you know, are not going to be, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not going to be they're going to be dicks. They're going to be mean. They're going to be like assholes to my child.
Yeah.
They're not going to be well behaved, and they come from these backgrounds where
the word
people are
course.
like hurting them, and they're not like emotionally developed, and they're going to project their emotional garbage onto my daughter. And I'm like
unrefined.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, and it's terrible because there's no evidence behind it. It's pure racism or classism or judging. Like maybe they come from the most loving environments you've ever seen.
Most parents absolutely adore their kids.
Yeah.
That can be said.
I don't know. I just see like how parents talk to their kids, and I'm like, these are kindergartners, you know? And it's like, it's harsh. It feels harsh to me. Like to me, they need to be like, it's like, it's not like, go sit down, you go over there. Like, that's not how you talk to your kindergartner. It's like, it's your first day of school, honey. Like, let's talk about this, you know? Like,
right. But what's happening is, once again, it's what economy are you preparing your child for? And they're preparing their child for a much tougher economy than we need to prepare our child for.
I mean, that's not, it's not conscious.
No, it's not per se.
But maybe they live in a tougher,
right.
I wouldn't say economy, because I think that's completely divorced. How you parent is completely divorced from, I mean, it's not divorced in the way that like, if you have to work fucking 3 jobs to sustain your family, you're not going to be like, have the time to like pour your love into your child. You're just going to be like, I have to fucking get out of here and get to my job so that you can live.
Yeah.
You know, like I can understand that, where that's coming from. But anyway, at any rate, we get into this class, and like she's been in it now for a month, and the teacher is very like, on the first day of class, like one kid had to miss recess because he was misbehaving. This is kindergarten.
Jesus.
This is kindergarten.
Yeah.
B, the kid who's misbehaving is the one who needs to get out there and fucking run around the most.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the kid that you want to be keeping chained to a desk.
Right.
Like-
Until you break his spirit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know about the swing bars below the desks?
No.
There's some study where, like, if you put these things where they can swing their legs on a little swing bar, they can sit still for hours and they can focus and pay attention.
Well, there you go.
But if they have to sit still and be little industrial, like, I will receive this shipment from, like, on the dock
Yeah.
people,
Right.
Pink Floyd's The Wall strangeness,
Yeah.
then they're screwed because because their spirit will break and then everyone dies eventually.
Well, so I don't know. So this is where we're at. Like she's going to this school. Like I said, she's been going for a month. We're still waiting on the charter school. Maybe we can possibly get into that because they started like a week ago and like Hazel started a month ago or whatever. But like, and Hazel's a good kid and she's getting like, it seems like she's enjoying herself because she's excelling, like every day. And here's the thing, the teacher gives fucking rewards. So like she's getting stickers, she's getting cookies, she's getting toys, like for being a good kid because she's just doing what she does.
Yeah.
Which is be normal, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
And she had like
and
a
juke
great
the stats.
preschool.
Game the system.
Yeah, exactly.
Good honor.
Yeah, good honor, I guess. But like, it doesn't seem like any of this stuff is how you need to be teaching kindergartners.
No.
And her teacher is like a couple years away from retirement. Like she doesn't have that joy.
Fuck.
You want a kindergarten teacher to be like joyful and happy.
Yeah,
and
you want a 24-year-old
excited
who
and
like is psyched
goofy.
about, yeah.
Because like my daughter is so like has so much spirit, and I just watching her at the school, I'm like, is this what it is? Does school crush people's spirit? And has that become public at school's role?
Yeah.
And therefore, like, is that why no one wants to put their kids in public school anymore? Because
Yeah.
it is literally the job that you are going to this farm to have your spirit crushed.
You get your spirit crushed, and then you get the industrial job that no longer exists, and you punch a clock until you die. Like it's a system that was built for an economy that absolutely in no way it exists anymore.
Yeah, no, it's true, and it's turning around glacially. It's like
because it's too bureaucratized.
and it's like let's find some new ways. Like the progress that they're making is let's find some new ways to teach the same old shit that they don't need to know.
Right, exactly. Versus in Lithuania, the kids start learning to code in kindergarten.
Lithuania?
Yeah.
This is our exemplar?
The Knights Exemplar.
Yeah. of excellent schooling now. Lithuania is ahead of us.
Look, dude.
Yeah.
All of our kids are going to college in Estonia. You know this, right?
No, that's what are they doing over there?
Not charging tuition.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, Brendan, am I a bad person?
No.
For being judgy? First of all, for being judgy of the other parents, for being judgy of the other children.
I've been judging other parents since the day Oscar was born.
Yeah, but they're in a different culture than me. Like I'm judging people based on my whiteness.
I mean, yes.
Like
sure,
it's okay for us to judge yuppie parents.
Right, which I do every
and be
day.
like, look at you with your fucking attachment parenting, you gobba shit. Like it's fine for us to say that.
Holy shit, you're in my mind.
Oh, right, exactly. I know. I was speaking. I was your conscience just now.
No, like I get 4 sentences into any conversation with like another parent at the playground until I'm like, oh my god.
Right. And it's fine to judge that, like over parenting or like like people who love the wrong way. I think is okay to judge, but people who like don't are just like scraping by. Like I can get it. I can empathize how fucking difficult it must be, but I also am like, it's a balance. I'm like, do we like is that what we want to? Is that what we want to be around? That's terrible of me.
I hate to grind this axe once again and be a broken record.
Okay.
But I think, and I'm honing this. I honestly think that we spend our like from like right out of college until we have kids, kind of assessing the economy and the level of opportunity in it, and then we instinctively prepare our children to have the experience of between college and when they have kids. Like we that period, which we don't realize is happening while it's happening, is one that we then are like, okay,
That's what we're preparing them for?
we prepare them for that. And
Okay. Like when I was drunk in New York for like
yeah,
for like 10 years, that's what I want Hazel to do.
yeah, you don't know it, but you are sort of reflecting on how that could, like, how precisely to do that
It was a fun
perfectly.
time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
I'm trying to mold her into I'm trying to mold her into a lifestyle that I'm accustomed to. Is that what you're saying?
no, maybe not that. It might be a little bit more magnanimous than that. Like you are trying to you are equipping her
Okay.
for what you experienced this economy to be between 20 and whenever she was born. So
It was miserable. That was the 9/11 years.
well, the 90s, you just had to whisper.
90s were gorgeous.
You cold called for jobs.
Clinton years.
They were kind of
May
amazing.
I say?
I know. Not if you were on welfare, but everybody else was amazing.
Yeah, well, that's true.
So, yeah, the Riverside Miracle. We talked about that last week.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, but if you happen to be someone who has to work at godforsaken Del Taco or something like that,
Yeah.
and like in some sort of corporate gig where the managers are satanic and horrible, and if you're 1 minute late, you get docked $1 million and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, like Fox.
Like Fox. Well,
Right.
no. I mean, I have no complaints because I have a
You're
union
biting
job.
the hand that feeds you.
Yeah. No, I have a union job. America's best when it says union, yes. The fact that unions died is the worst thing of all time. But
Fair enough.
if you have some sort of job where I'm talking about like the other parents at your school. Like
Yeah.
let's say they work for some horrible corporation like McDonald's.
Okay.
McDonald's.
Okay.
Where the managers are horrible and pimply and dock you and don't give a fuck that you have kids. And then there's a woman who like had to send her kid to the park and then she got fucking arrested because she was doing her shift at McDonald's and she sent her kid to the park because that's what fucking parks are for.
Right.
And in this attachment middle class bullshit world, she got arrested because of that, like rich gays. Anyway, so if they're like, so if these parents are like, oh, okay, so there's very little opportunity, you have to be really tough.
Yeah.
Then you send your kid to school, which is a simulacrum of the workplace.
Right.
And there's one way you act. You have to act at work, which is like keep your fucking head down and get there on time. Have the right answer when the idiot boss opens their mouth.
Yep.
And don't even bother yourself with the fact that they're an idiot because that way madness lies. You just have to keep your eye on the prize, which is, strength of family, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know, religion or whatever.
Okay.
Something like that.
All right. But okay. Yeah, maybe that's what's happening. But to believe that the way that you do that is through authoritarian, like disciplinarian, like.
But isn't that the world at McDonald's? Like McDonald's treats its employees the exact same way.
Yeah, well, it does. But don't you think that like the home life, like how you're teaching your children is. How you're raising your children is not dependent upon the job you have. It's dependent upon how you were raised.
Yes.
So you're not like you're fully formed by the time you go to work at McDonald's. You're not like my daughter's going to go to work at McDonald's, so I got to treat her the way my boss treats me. You're treating your daughter the way that your dad taught you.
But could it
treated
be
you.
to play devil's advocate that's only in the school environment, and at home it's actually like freewheel and everyone like has toys and like or whatever, or like plays with a toy, plays whatever, and like has fun. And
I guess it's possible, but I would guess no, I don't think so. I mean the discipline you see people doing, when it's like you fucking cuff your kid upside the head and say like go sit down, like you're not
so you're
dropping that when you're back at home. You're not like,
I see.
we love you now,
Just
but
at
you're in school. Go sit down. It's like, no.
Oh, I see what you mean. So you're witnessing like corporal punishment?
No, I'm not. But I'm like, it's the harshness.
It's the verbal,
the harshness,
equivalent.
the lack of, and it's not like every kid in their class. Like there are some kids who are like super like seem to have like really nice parents, and like they're definitely like some good kids in her class. But the ones who are like, I feel like I'm the most concerned about like being mean to my daughter. Like I'm seeing the way that their parents are interacting with them, and it seems it's nothing like anything I ever knew growing up, or like, you know, it's very.
How old are their parents?
Probably younger than us. I would guess most of the parents are younger than me and Sarah. We're probably on the older end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, these are people with kindergartners, so they're probably in their early 30s, you know?
Right. Boy, they missed out, man. I had a lot of martinis and casual sex.
Come on, but how awful is that? That's that's the way I feel too. Not as much casual sex, but a lot of martinis. But that's because we were privileged. We could do that.
Yeah, right. Oh, but in this instance, I'm just talking about like why go in the family way in your 20s? That's what your 30s are for.
Yeah, well, that's true. But then on the other hand, if I was a good father in my 20s, I could get down on the floor with my child and not groan every time.
True. That is a really good point. I was just thinking about that.
It's a big deal, man.
That is the trade-off.
That is the trade-off. You have a lot more energy when you're younger. I probably would have had more fun with my kids than I am now. I'm just like, I don't want to play with you right now.
I know. Oh God. Poor Oscar.
Let's move on. This is depressing me. This is not a fun conversation.
And I hope. Yeah. This is a very tricky conundrum. You, sir, and the Vanguard, like you are really grappling with the big issues.
Thanks, Brendan.
And
I'm trying to.
I appreciate it.
But I mean, here's the thing. Like I do, like, I want to be proletariat. I want to be all like pro.
Yeah.
Public schools. I believe in public schools, but public schools are shitty.
Yeah, because they're just bureaucratized juggernauts of nonsense.
Yeah, exactly. And
that
this building, it's like
outmoded.
It's like this echoey building that's just like it's a joyless environment.
That's supposed to look like the factory where they'll spend the rest of their lives, but those factories are gone.
Yeah.
It should look like a startup in San Francisco.
Yeah, exactly. It should be, well, my daughter or
should have standing desks.
My sister and brother-in-law's kids go to the school arts charter in Silver Lake, and it's in an old, like it's in a warehouse with like all these old shipping containers, like all the classrooms are in shipping containers.
That's pretty dope.
It totally looks like a startup. A startup for kindergartners. Can we do either way it's gone?
Absolutely.
Do you have one of those?
Can. Yeah, I do.
Okay, you need to talk.
Either way.
The things you loved and didn't love, either way they're gone.
Here's something that is gone, and I guess I miss it. Or maybe I don't.
Your testosterone?
Oh, that's gone, my friend. There's not a goddamn trace of that.
Not a lick of it.
No. Do you know how spongy it is? Do you know how soft a landing it is in my crotch?
Your little guy is down there? I don't want to know.
It's Jeff. It's a soft landing.
Okay, I'll trust you. Oh, God. No more. We were so much better in that intro that got deleted. It's all been downhill since then.
I know.
I feel like our mojo just went away with that.
Oh, it's so sad.
I am a little upset with you. This might be the first fist fight.
Oh, yeah.
Gene's fist fight.
Cockfight.
How about you? Slap.
Right. Bent wrists. Bent wrist fist
How about
fight.
you, D'Artagnan? Okay.
Here is something that is gone.
Okay.
And we can talk about whether I miss it or I don't miss it.
Either way, it's gone.
Either way, whether I miss it or not, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Even remote curiosity about new people when you meet them.
Interesting.
I meet new people and I'm like, if I even scratch the surface, I would find out I have a ton in common with you, and we would be like best friends if I fucking cared.
Yeah.
And I am not even remotely curious about it. I'm annoyed.
I'm kind of on board with that. Why do I have to meet you? Why do I have to talk to you?
Now?
Yeah. This new thing in my life?
Yeah. So,
Get the fuck out of here.
Dig, if you will, the picture.
White man. What?
I'm standing. Yeah. Okay. It's a birthday party.
Okay.
Which are
God, I hate
worst.
Birthday parties.
The worst.
I hate them. I hate
the
them.
worst.
The worst.
And I'm standing like the kids are. I'm staring at Oscar playing with like another kid or whatever.
Yeah, and you're like, stop playing with that other kid because I need you to prevent me from talking to other
I know.
adults.
I need to interact with you.
Like, come over to me, whine, so I can just like
so I can like bend down and I can deal with you.
Yeah.
But instead, I like have like a moment of horrifying free time, and I wind up standing next to another guy, and I'm like, and we stand there,
fucking guy. It's always some other guy.
Some fucking guy. It'd be great if it was like a mom,
Yeah.
because then you have that hetero flirty action or whatever.
Yeah, maybe you could have a little thing
on the
if she was,
hey man,
yeah,
this is Los Angeles.
yeah, of course.
I mean, you can at least like be engaged by the male female dynamic.
There's something more. There's something easier there. Dads are the most fucking boring people.
Oh, the worst. So I'm standing next to this cat, and I'm like, and we stand just a little too long in silence. It just starts to get weird that we've been standing next to each other. No, never
seen this.
Sight unseen. And
but wait, can I ask? Do you mind if I keep interrupting you?
Please do,
because I'm fascinated. This whole I know this world that you're describing right now, and I just want to savor it. I want to live in it for a little bit.
Yeah. Come in with me.
So is this is there simultaneously the thought that I should know this guy? Like, maybe you've run into him at after school or something.
Am I supposed? Yes. Is this somebody that I met 6 times and just didn't bother to like register?
That's always there somehow.
So
you're at the same party, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Is this somebody who like and Emily's been telling me all about how like he's sick or his wife, who knows what,
something,
right?
You could have some relationship to this guy that you don't even know about.
Yeah, so I'm about to have to be like, so I'm trying to be like, what's the entree? You know what I mean?
Sure.
So standing next to this cat, and it was like, and you know, and eventually you just have to diligently do this stupid thing.
You do. That's the thing. I know that feeling. Yeah. I do.
Yeah, I do too.
This fucking jackass who's standing here with a dopey look on his face, he's not about to broach the subject.
Yeah, in his like perfect salt and pepper and his fucking hat and his fucking no stomach and his
he feels
t-shirt.
No pressure.
He looks good in a t-shirt. He's like 45.
He's having a good old time.
Probably plays bass.
Looks like fucking Henry Rollins. He's about to start screaming, "I'm a liar!" in your
probably
face.
Is Henry Rollins.
Probably is Henry Rollins. Looking all good.
Looking great for his, this cat looks great for his age. And his
plenty
kids
of
are
leisure
like,
time.
And his kids are in like tight fitting clothes and have curls.
He's got beautiful trainers on his feet. Doesn't even call them sneakers.
What's a trainer?
It's exactly. It's fucking. That's
I'm from sneaker people.
Yeah, you're from sneaker people.
Yeah, I'm not from like tennis shoe or trainer. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So finally, I'm like inside. I just my spirit is crushed.
Gotta
and I'm like,
do it.
I fucking have to start a stupid conversation. And then before you know it, they're over for waffles. And then we have to be like, so what do you do again? Oh, you're really rich? That's cool. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're really successful and you're doing something you really enjoy?
Okay, but move back because that didn't happen.
No.
Okay.
But like the threat is now we all have to be fucking best friends. And you have to
you're looking for a connection. You're looking for. So tell me how did this guy? What ended up happening with this dude?
Okay, so finally, I turn. There's a great plot twist here.
Oh,
I've got my little drink or whatever, and I turn and I'm like, so, how do you know?
Oh, that.
Yeah,
the entry.
Yeah, no entry.
I was thinking intrigue.
Yeah,
entry. I don't know. We'll call it the entry.
Yeah. So
what's the entry?
Check out this dramatization. So like, how do you know like the birthday kid's parents or whatever?
Or the birthday kid? Maybe he's just friends with the kid.
How do you know Becky?
Yeah, he spent a lot of time at the park.
Yeah, they're like, well, we're dating. Our parents don't know. So like, how do you know Becky?
Right.
Here's what I get back. You ready?
Yep.
Can we not?
No.
Yeah.
Shut up.
My hero.
Shut up.
The fucking greatest thing that ever happened.
Can we not?
Can we not?
He really said that?
Yeah.
What? Was it Brian L. Perkins? Did he pull off his mask and he was Brian L. Perkins?
And suddenly I was like, this is the greatest guy in the world.
Wow.
Because I was so relieved.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
It was great.
Wow. That's I would be insulted. I would be simultaneously relieved and totally insulted.
But it was weirdly, I don't know how he did this with his tone. It was weirdly not insulting.
Okay.
It was like weirdly let's just both give ourselves a break from this. Because he was feeling it too.
Okay.
Did not have room for a fucking another person.
Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah. And demographically, I'm sure he loves the Pixies. I'm sure he's like, and he's had like a t-shirt with some shit on it.
He was probably at the same place as you.
Yeah, the shit on his t-shirt I identified with.
Right.
And still,
Glass
I
nose.
don't wear a t-shirt. Yeah. Yeah. It's Bauhaus. It's like, I'm sure, and I mean, I don't wear t-shirts, I wear button downs because I'm a fat, as Shannon calls me.
Come on.
Oh,
Shannon, get out of here.
Yeah, well, this is why I
guy.
wear a button down.
This guy, dude, you're making him more body conscious than he needs to be.
I'm all the body. I know. I am very much all the body conscious I need already. So anyway, but here's what I fucking don't miss, Jeff.
Yeah.
Or I do miss or something. But I meet new people and I'm like, wow, that dude. If I met him at a party before Oscar was born, I'd be like, tell me about your band.
Yeah. What's going on, dude?
What's your deal, bro?
Yeah.
Wow, awesome.
But I always wonder, like, did I ever like it? Was I ever really interested in other people, or was that just like my social anxiety? Like that was my
terrifying
way of
pussy
with,
panic.
Social anxiety, exactly.
Yeah,
terrifying pussy panic.
Is that the episode title?
It's actually my favorite like hardcore rave band from the 90s
from Russia.
Terrifying pussy panic. Yeah, no, I have a hard time envisioning that I ever enjoyed that interaction, you know, like,
yeah,
but it's more,
I was so jazzed.
It's definitely more, there were days when, I don't know if it's our culture, it's our age. There were definitely days in the past when you didn't feel like you were going into fucking hostile foreign territory every time you set foot in some place with other people.
Yeah. That are demographically just like you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like I would go to a party and I would be like, look at all these people. Like, I'm not intimidated. Like, these are my people because they're at the same party as me. I'm going to talk to them.
Yeah.
That person's beautiful. I'm not intimidated because we're at the same party.
Yeah.
So obviously we must have something in common. Let's talk, you know, like, but now I feel like, did you just have a realization?
But I don't want to interrupt you, but I've got it. I figured it out.
Well, there's nothing more than that. It's just now I go to the place and I see the people who are probably exactly like me, and I'm like, I hate me. I hate all these me's.
Here's why. I just fucking figured it out.
Okay.
Some of them are secretly really rich.
And
the problem is, and the problem is,
very few of them are secret about it.
Well, there's also that.
Yeah.
But the problem is that our kids don't discriminate on this like deep yet subtle socioeconomic level.
Sure.
So our kids might become friends with people
that they realize.
Yeah. So Jeffrey, you and I say this with a certain amount of irony because we both own homes.
Yeah.
Are the hoi polloi.
Yeah.
And there are these others that we like. So there's a certain guardedness.
Like in Lost.
Yeah.
We're surrounded by the others.
The others.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The tailies.
Yeah, brother Damon. I remember
hatch.
so little about Lost. I invested so much time in that thing.
I know. And it turns out they didn't know what the fuck they were doing or where they were going.
Disappointing. I mean, come on. Smoke monster, polar bear.
And then no payoff.
Find something.
And then they're all sort of dead and the dog or something and who knows?
Laziness.
It actually wasn't going anywhere. It was just an cumulonimbus of red herrings, my friend.
Yeah, because when people are dead, then I guess they see crazy shit all the time on this island.
And that's supposed to somehow be cathartic for us.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
All you need is
JJ.
love. All you need is love. I could have fucking listened to one song by the Beatles from 20 years ago and gotten that entire series. Okay, so you figured it out. Our children don't know.
And in this town, there's also different levels of success. So you might walk in there, and it's like this person. Oh yeah, well, I just sold my third miniseries to netboat.TV.
Yeah, netboat.boat. Yeah, that's where my
netboat.boat.
That's where my next thing is going on. Yeah.
And I don't know. I just want to get out of the miniseries thing. You know what I mean? And they don't want to be talking to us who are so much work. Our podcast has 174 listeners. By the way, we love you guys.
Yeah, you're the best. We had some fun thing about them earlier. They missed so much in that first half hour.
God.
You know what? It's interesting, though, how much I feel like the children have internalized the privilege already. Like we went to this, preschool with a lot of families who are pretty well off. And you could already see by pre-kindergarten how much of an attitude some of the children were starting to develop.
Fuck. Yeah. You remember the Malcolm Gladwell book where he describes a rich kid going to see a doctor versus a poor kid going to see a doctor?
Didn't read it.
Oh. Well, Malcolm Gladwell is a writer.
Oh my God. His podcast, have you listened to it?
I tried.
It's fantastic.
Is it really? I listened to the first one about Vietnamese people.
Oh, I didn't listen to that one. Was that the one where he beat up a Vietnamese guy in high school and still hasn't been punished for it?
Malcolm Gladwell Wahlberg.
Malcolm Gladwell Wahlburgers. No, they're like, he gets some of the later episodes. I didn't actually hear the first 3, but like he calls people out in a way that's so refreshing. Like he's just like, I didn't believe him. Yeah, I thought he was lying to my face. Like he just says this stuff that you're just
That's
like,
a really
holy
good
shit.
impression.
Thank
You're
you.
quite the impressionist, Jeff.
Thanks. Well, I wanted to be on Saturday Night Live.
You would have been amazing.
They didn't accept me. But they took Dana Carvey instead.
That was a long time
It was
ago.
between the two of us.
I see.
I was 12. So I'm sorry. But yeah, no, it's a good podcast. But reverse that. Go back. Where do we start on that one?
I have no idea. Where are we? Should we just move on?
Let's move on.
Listeners, sorry. I forget everything we were just talking about.
I was talking about I was talking about how the kids have internalized their privilege.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so Malcolm Gladwell wrote a book. And in it, he talks about 2 kids going to the doctor. And one of them sees the doctor as a person from whom he must demand answers. Like the doctor's no different from somebody who is in the drive-through window at a McDonald's.
Okay.
Who's like, but why do I have this mole? Figure it out. You're my vendor and I'm your client.
Right.
And then the other one, that's a rich kid.
Yeah.
And the poor kid goes to the doctor and is like, be respectful. It's a doctor. And blah, 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 blah. You
So
know
that's
what I mean?
kind of
Like,
relating to my kindergarten story.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
And it's a very interesting dichotomy. And so, like, it actually comes down to even our couples therapy. Because ever since I read that book, I was like, oh, doctors, you have to treat them like drive-through window people.
Oh, really? In order to demonstrate your higher status?
Yeah. Because everything is a goddamn status attack where you win. You're in the game of status attacks, you win or you die.
You always talk about this, but that's accepting a false narrative. And I think the truly enlightened can move beyond that narrative.
The rich never touch their face.
You don't need to play that game.
The rich never touch their face.
I don't give a shit what the rich do.
But if
I'm
you want to
saying
move among the rich, you have to not touch your face.
No, but you don't want to move around among the rich. You want to move among you want to move among yourself. You want to be the guy who like fucking everyone else wants to gravitate around. They don't give a shit how much money you make because you're just so fucking outside of the entire system.
I hate to be a cynic, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, Banksy doesn't touch his face because he knows how to move among the rich and he knows that he has to in order to play the game. I bet Banksy plays the game. And I bet the rich around, and he never would have gotten where he was if he was touching his face around the rich.
I think there's something deeper. If you're touching your face all the time when you're around other humans, there's something deeper you need to work on. I'm saying get rid of that. Don't just be like, oh, the rule is you don't touch your face when you're around rich people, because then you're just self-conscious the entire time. You can't be self-conscious.
The rich are
so
self-conscious.
you need to eliminate that self-conscious. Well, fuck you. Then you're better than them if you're not self-conscious.
Get
Get rid of self-consciousness.
Yes, but also
No. There's no way outside of the system.
Also, don't move your body at all ever.
It doesn't matter. You're
Also,
playing.
don't
You're
make too
accepting
much eye
their
contact.
rules. Stop accepting their rules.
But the thing
Be
is,
the one who gets out of the system of rules.
but you won't make it because you're walking through this gauntlet of people who subject others to status attacks all day.
yeah, but you care. You're by accepting the rules, by getting into the rules, by thinking about them this much, you care, and you've already lost. if you don't care, you are the most confident, the most impressive person in humanity, and people will flock to you.
I'm going to,
You got to be the one who doesn't care.
with deep respect, Jeffrey, I hate doing this, but I'm going to A, disagree with you, and B, name a new psychological phenomenon known as the Gandhi fallacy.
Okay. You know what? I don't care. So that's fine. If you believe that, I don't give a shit.
So
because I'm right.
But what you're saying is there's
I don't need to explain myself. Sorry.
You're saying be
Listeners,
Gandhi,
you heard me.
Be Gandhi while the rich are the British colonizers, and just like be the change, and then it will all. And so definitely want to agree. However, the rich just run everything.
Yeah, it's interesting that you interpret my words that way. Okay.
Are we fighting?
No.
We're fighting right
No,
now.
I'm okay with this. No, but I'm just saying I'm better than you. Can we do a leisure class?
Oh, leisure class.
Do you have a leisure class?
Nope.
Okay, I'm not better than you, Brendan. I'm just being.
But Jeff, we all know you are.
No, but I do absolutely think that the path to enlightenment is absolutely to not care about any of it.
It is, but it is. But like Charlie Rose is very erudite.
Okay.
And if you picked your nose on his show, who looks better, you or Charlie Rose?
It's interesting you bring that up. Have you ever seen Hunter S. Thompson on Charlie Rose?
Baby.
Have you seen that episode?
Segments. Did he pick his nose? Oh, he snorted coke.
No, I never saw that. He starts cawing like a bird. Like in the interview, he's like, well, I don't know, like Charlie Rose is asking him a question. He's like, and then Charlie Rose just like goes about his questions as if he didn't just witness a dude cawing in front of him. It's the fucking craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And you know who won that? Hunter S. Thompson won that.
You're right about that.
I don't care how erudite. Like Hunter S. Thompson was a guy fucking cawing like a madman, and you were just like, yeah, that guy doesn't give a fuck. He wins.
That is true.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can't. Like you can't even care if you can't even care about winning if you're the guy who's going to caw like a crow.
Yeah, that's when you know your thing and you be your thing.
You just be your thing. I don't know, man. Fuck if that's me. That's me in this little like 2-hour segment we have every week where we talk to each other. But
yeah,
throughout the rest of my life, I'm fucking cowering like
me
a little
too.
church mouse.
Jeff, during dad
what do you want?
jeans.
What do you want? Shine your shoes, governor.
Yeah, exactly.
That's me. That's me most of the days.
When the mics are hot,
yeah,
I know who I am.
Yeah,
and when they turn off, I'm a simpering simp.
When we get this whole Oculus Rift thing, just finally figured out, and you and I are just living in the virtual world the entire time.
Yep.
This is it. This is where we're going to be, sitting on the couches. Okay, let's do a leisure class.
Leisure class.
Come on, everybody. We're going to school. Now it's time to find out what Dad thinks is cool. It's leisure class. Dad Jeans leisure class.
I know, Brendan, that you are not a fan of discussing fiction.
Oh, no, I love discussing fiction. I don't like experiencing fiction.
You don't like being in fiction.
I don't like I have to wait for some asshole to unfold a story.
Well, I'm not going to tell you a 30-minute story about a cat that gets possessed by ants.
I thought that was your finest hour.
Yeah, many people did. I've had a lot of positive emails about that moment.
The forums exploded.
The forums, yeah, just went crazy. When was the last time anyone posted in the forums? Like April of 2013. Okay. But no, I just read this book, Brendan, that it's one of those books that you hear about, it exists out there, and you're just like, yeah, that's a book that's meant to be good, but you don't read it.
Oh, like The Swerve.
I don't know The Swerve. What's that?
A book's meant to be good and you never read it.
No, it's a Rabbit Run by John.
By John Updike. Sure.
Have you ever read it?
No, but he hit on my mom once.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I don't know about that guy.
In front of his wife.
He's earned it. Let me just
Tell me about Rabbit Run, because this Rabbit character is in, like, he wrote how many novels about whoever Rabbit is?
4, and 2 of them won the Pulitzer Prize. He's the
Jesus.
only one of three writers in history to win the Pulitzer Prize twice.
You're kidding.
Nope.
So he's not a terrible writer, is what you're telling me.
It is among the best books I've ever read.
Really?
I just read this book, and this is so not what I generally gravitate towards, Brendan. I like stuff with a plot. Like,
right, you hate atmosphere.
I'm less concerned.
You're a known hater of atmosphere.
I don't hate atmosphere. I hate atmosphere when it is used as a crutch.
By the way, the dad.
How far have you gotten in the night of?
Now I'm 3 episodes in. The
You
dad.
need to keep going.
The dad is the main character in A Separation, which is one of the best movies of the last 10 years.
Oh, really? I've never seen A Separation. I've heard it's great.
It is one of the best movies of the last 10 years. Go on.
Okay. Is that Iranian? Mm-hmm. Okay. He's a great actor.
He's a wonderful actor. And I was like, oh, wait, that's the guy from A Separation.
Interesting.
Anyway, where were you?
It's a, I don't want to say slice of life, but it's like a very descriptive sort of like Raymond Carver. Have you ever read his?
I'm told I must.
I mean, maybe.
I saw Shortcuts. Does that count?
Yeah, I mean, Shortcuts I thought actually did a great job of making his stories interesting. But like, I feel like his stories are just like, here's 2 people talking, and then they have this conversation, and then it ends. And that's kind of.
But it feels anthropological in its detail.
I guess. But generally, I'm not. It's New Yorker fiction, which generally I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, just do something. Like, have something funny or have something interesting.
Yeah. But let's not just have this be a pastiche.
But the reason why all these writers are doing this is because John Updike did it, and did it in such a way that you're just like your jaw drops when you're reading this. It is like, first of all, you need to read it right now, because it is about people at our age. Like, so the plot it's a pretty slim plot, but this guy Rabbit is
why is his name Rabbit?
Well, I mean, it's because he's always running, but like that's sort of like the subtext. But you know that he used to be a great basketball player in high school, and that's kind of like the thing that he's the crutch that he's on. But now he's older and he's married and he has kids and he doesn't know what he's doing with his life. And it's like,
whoa. So
one night he goes out to pick up his kid at the grandparents' house, and he decides to just not pick up the kid and start driving. And he just drives, and he like goes out into the night and like then comes back and just doesn't go home. And like he ends up like, whatever, meeting this prostitute, but he ends up like living with her for a while. But it all takes place in like a relatively short amount of time. But the plot is not the point, and that's so far removed from most of the books that I read. It is just like the way this guy, first of all, his turns of phrase are just like, it's candy. It's like you read it and you're just like, it's like looking at a beautiful, I would imagine for a mathematician, like looking at a beautiful math problem or something, like it's just gorgeous to like read the things that this guy says,
Yeah.
And there is a moment in this book that is like, I couldn't sleep. Like I read this thing that happened in this book, and the way he wrote it was so affecting that like I couldn't sleep. I was like, something horrible just happened to me. I just went through an incredible, horrible experience.
Holy crap.
Like it is, and it's sort of like, even though like it's set in the 60s, so the main character I think is in his early 30s, but it's very like where we're at in life.
Right, yeah, because that was,
so
everything has been transposed.
Yeah,
back,
exactly.
Yeah.
So it felt very sort of, I could identify with it, but it was also like this guy who kind of like he hadn't found like a happy marriage, and and like he went away from it, then he went back, then he comes back to it, and you're just like just the human drama of element of it is so moving and just so well done, and I cannot recommend this book enough. It is one of those books that I've always heard is great, and like I just read it and I was like, this is why. Like,
Wow.
I get it.
Holy shit.
It's incredible. I recommend everyone to read this book, Rabbit Run. It is captivatingly good.
Okay. I've got a little thought here for you.
Please.
As you were describing that, I was thinking to myself, that book sat on our bookshelf in my house where I grew up for years, and I was aware of John Updike and who he was.
Yeah. It's like Philip Roth. You're like, who's reading Philip Roth? But
Yeah, who's like it's on everyone. You see
Sort of
that
there
spine in
around
every house we're dragged to for a goddamn dinner party for our parents' friends.
Right.
Like there's that spine again.
Very 70s.
Yeah, like moussaka.
I don't know that.
It's a dish.
Okay. Oh, sure.
and-
moussaka?
Yeah.
That's how I'd...
Yeah, you say
Christ.
moussaka, but
Uppity-
in the 70s they
uppity
said
motherfucker.
moussaka. Yeah, or
Moussaka.
spider plants or macrame or Marimekko fabrics. My point being
Right.
that fucking
John Updike.
right.
Sat on every shelf.
And did I ever tell you that I wrote a novel in high school?
No.
Yeah.
You are so fucking cool.
Oh no, my friend, I'm not. Because
I'm sure it was terrible.
It was terrible.
But you wrote it. Was it finished?
Yeah,
Then you wrote a novel.
wasn't
It
that-
could have been. It could have been the next
maybe more
Less Than
novella.
Zero.
I know, or in whatever the other guy that wrote the thing.
Was it about was it like a John Irving thing?
No, it was basically like about
someone-
friends with benefits.
Someone
Oh, but John-
break their head open, giving
That's-
a blowjob.
Really funny you should say that.
Yeah.
Because so I wrote a novel and I was going to be a writer and that was going to be my thing. I was going to write fiction.
I love that.
And that was my
I missed
dream.
that, Brendan.
Oh, he died in 1992. No,
Sorry,
91. The summer of 91 because guess why?
You wrote a terrible novel.
No, well, I definitely wrote a terrible novel, but
Yeah.
I've read A Prayer for Owen Meany.
Okay.
And then I was like, I'm never going to be this good.
Right.
So I gave up writing completely because I
Wow.
fucking read John Irving.
Ah.
Anyway, so I was thinking to myself, I saw the Rabbit Run thing and I was aware back then when I was like, I'm going to be a writer.
Yeah.
But if I had
That's
read that
something
book,
I should read.
that's something I should, but yeah. And if I had read Rabbit Run then about some guy who has like a family and kids and is
Would
disappointed,
have done nothing to you.
would have done that, and I would have been like, ugh, it's such a forced march because I'm
Right.
19 and all I want to do is,
Sure.
put my dick in things, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? But here's the thing. Now,
Oh.
here's the great paradox of life, Jeff.
Okay.
Now we are 40, you and I.
Yep.
I'm going to be 42.
This is 40.
This is 40.
I have a
Actually, this is
record
41. I'm going to be 42 on Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Are we doing something?
I don't know. I haven't decided.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, a week from tonight.
Oh, let's do something.
Yeah, September 20th, I'll be 42.
Will you invite me to do something? You're also like, let's hang out outside of this. You've never invited me to do anything ever.
Do you think I'm not in charge of my social calendar? Oscar Henry
that's a
Hughes
good
is in charge of
excuse.
my social calendar.
It's a good excuse, Brendan.
Thank you. Wait, do you
Ask
mean
me
that?
to do something.
I'd love to.
Okay.
Can it be record the podcast? This is all I got. This is the only bandwidth I have.
Maybe might be fun to actually do something. Let's
know.
go to that fucking that bowling alley in your neighborhood. Is insane. Have you been there?
Yeah, multiple
It's
times.
gorgeous. But you have to have like
That bowling alley. Oh, yeah.
you have to have like 20 people because it's like $1,000 a game.
We can just sit there and watch the cute hipsters.
Yeah, that's fun. But
Anyway.
it's more fun to bowl.
So if I had picked that
On
that
a
book
42nd
up,
birthday, I would
maybe
I
I
would
should.
spend a little extra money.
That sounds like actually it could be kind of fun.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, keep going.
So anyway, and of course, if I actually have a thing, you're invited for Christ's sake.
Yeah, you're not gonna have it.
You motherfucker. You are the Abraham Lincoln on my Mount Rushmore of friends.
Really?
Yeah.
And then okay, I don't want to know about the other ones.
Abraham
Who's-
Lincoln freed the slaves.
Abraham, yeah, that's true. He was a Republican though.
I mean, back
yeah.
then.
Yeah, it
It's
meant
different
nothing.
than now.
It meant it was like Plato's Republican.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did you see the Key and Peele thing about black Republicans?
No.
It is really fucking funny. So anyway, if I had read Black Republicans, if I had read Rabbit
Zero.
Run
Yeah,
back then, I would have been like, this means
it
nothing
would
to
have
me.
meant nothing to you.
So here now, you and I, we're 40-ish.
We are.
And we have kids
Yep.
and lives and jobs and families and houses.
Sure.
And we're just like right at the fulcrum of our lives right now.
Okay.
And fiction has never meant less to me. Yet,
Yeah.
in terms of scope of vision,
Yeah.
I can connect with and feel empathy towards the most stories I ever will be able to. I can connect to stories about 20-year-olds. I can even kind of remember high school.
That's true.
I can remember that. But I can also see like Gina Davis and all the promos for The Exorcist, and I'm like, I can sort of imagine what it's like to be her age, and I can imagine all these different things.
Gina Davis and all the promos for The Exorcist?
Sorry, that's at work. I'm bringing work into
Linda
the
Blair?
podcast.
Wait,
yeah, Gina Davis is a Linda Blair character.
Wait, what?
There's going to be a television show called The Exorcist this fall.
And Gina Davis
Davis is Linda Blair.
Grown up? Linda Blair was a kid.
Oh, and I'm sorry. Gina Davis is
the mother?
What's her name? Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Wow, you guys are really grabbing for straws.
Tell me about it.
Netflix is kicking your ass. Just like fucking give up. Give up, Fox.
All network
Just be
television
all
needs
Simpsons.
to give up.
Just be all Simpsons.
I know.
And then put all of your money
And
into
Family
FX.
Guy. Just do Sunday night.
Yeah.
Just do
exactly.
half-hour comedies.
Wow.
So anyway, but I can connect to stories about aging. I can
But you
connect to
don't
stories
want
about 20s.
You don't care.
But like that's the funny thing is like I am at the point in my life where I can actually deeply understand almost every age
Right.
on a certain level.
Okay.
And it is at this period that I am the least inclined to.
Well, because I think it's such a crapshoot. There's like it's so rare that you connect to the thing, but that's why like when I'm telling you read fucking Rabbit Run, like just read Rabbit Run, and then like there's a gazillion other books out there that you might never like. What are you going to read? Jonathan Safran Foer at our age? What is he? 29?
Oh, I hate him because he's rich and he like travels the world and is like,
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
rich and
You're not going to connect to
feels
that.
funny.
So you're like, wait, yeah, exactly. So you're like just wasting your time like trying to like identify with that world. But like you read the book that the guy tells you to read, and then that's it. And then if you're reading nonfiction, at least you're gleaning information. So I can understand why that would feel more appealing.
Yeah.
It's
equipment.
And I've actually gravitated towards like it's only recently that I've started reading fiction again and understanding, and especially this book. I mean, I cannot tell you enough like how much this book like it's like take your favorite movie that made you feel something.
A Separation.
There you go. There's a book, or a movie.
That made me feel something.
I was thinking A Separate Piece by John Knowles.
Yeah, that made me feel something too.
Yeah, it made me feel good.
Is it weird to masturbate to A Separate Piece? The part where he jounces the limb?
No.
Jounce.
No, very good. Very good.
Jounce my own
I
limb.
give that an A+. But no, there's if you get the book that makes you feel something, it's just incredibly rare to like come across that book.
Yeah.
But when you get that book, you will never forget it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. But they exist. That's the thing. You have to
Yeah.
accept that they exist. You have to accept that is a thing that you can find and you can read, and it will change something in your life to some degree. It'll change the way you see things, or you will have a memory. I don't know what the fuck.
I'm ready. I'm open to that.
I think like we were talking about the deer hunter earlier. I
Yeah.
don't know if this part got cut out.
We'll never know
I
what
think it
was
probably
recorded.
did.
What wasn't.
Everything good happened in the first half hour of the show.
God, so
But
depressing.
The Deer Hunter is one of those movies that like I think I've discussed this before. It's like one or two movies in my life where I've watched the entire movie, no emotion, and then the credits start rolling and I just burst into tears.
Wow.
Like it's just so like everything, the
yeah.
extent of everything you've just seen is so fucking intense
Yeah.
that you just
So gripping.
need this release,
That happened to me with Life is Beautiful,
Oh, wow. Is that that's
the comedy about the Holocaust
Yeah.
by
It was very,
Roberto Benigni.
people give that shit because it was about like a
But
silly guy in the Holocaust.
No, but it was
it's really moving.
deeply poignant.
It is deeply moving.
And
that
it also
movie.
happened to me with The Gladiator, and I have no idea why.
Because you realize something about yourself.
I love gladiators. Is that weird?
No, that's very emotionally moving. Do you have a leisure class? We need to get moving.
Watch the movie A Separation, which is from Iran, and I know their subtitles, but it is one of the fucking best movies I've ever fucking seen. Watch A Separation.
And that is the guy from
The dad from The Night Of is the main character.
C. Thomas Howell.
And it's about a mannequin that comes to life.
It's about a mannequin that comes to life.
in Tehran, in a mall.
In Tehran. Wow, that sounds amazing. And also Ray Dong Chong, I believe, plays the mannequin.
No, she plays a caveman.
A caveman who dates, or no, the mannequin comes into her cave.
Yeah. It's kind of Argo meets Quest for Fire meets Mannequin.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Actually,
really
I'm going to see that. Tell you what, you read Rabbit Run. I'll see a separation.
Okay, great.
Or
just see Mannequin. That'll
you have 40 more hours to devote to your part of the mission than I do.
Okay, Spike Club, ready?
Yes.
I hate you! I hate you! I hate you! Spy Club! I hate you! I hate you! I hate you! Spy Club! Fuck!
And now we're on to Spike Club. And you are?
Brendan Hughes.
Ah, nice to meet you. What are you spiting?
We never, by the way, said this is Dad Jeans. I'm Brendan Hughes and you're Jeffrey Dinsmore.
We did in the half hour that was cut out.
Oh, we did, didn't we?
Yeah.
This is Dad Jeans. Oh, this is sort of like Raising Arizona. Have you seen that recently enough where you're like, there's half an hour of movie?
Oh, there's so much movie before the movie starts.
It's so great. And therefore, it's a punchline. And that's so fucking brilliant.
It is pretty
And I remember
amazing.
seeing that and I was like, and then they start the movie. It's so good. It's so good.
I haven't seen it in a while. I don't know if you and I were talking about it. I was talking about it with someone else recently. Like, this is a movie I need to revisit. You know what I never liked that much was Blood Simple.
Blood Simple is wonderful.
I don't like it as much as everyone else does. I feel like it's like a Coen Brothers movie with like actors who are not that great, except for what's his
Francis
name?
McDormand. Oh, Dan Hedaya. Dan Hedaya is the greatest person.
Course.
He's one of the greatest actors that ever lived.
No, yeah, he's amazing. But no, who's the all right now, like the southern guy,
Emmett Walsh.
Emmett Walsh.
He's
That guy's
amazing.
But like the lead guy is a fucking block of wood.
He's just like a handsome whatever. But then you get Francis McDormand,
I know.
and you get Emmett Walsh is just such a weirdo character, and he drives around a beetle in that movie, a yellow beetle, and he's like a private detective with a.
I should watch it
cowboy
again.
hat.
I want to like it more than I do.
They introduced me to the concept of the match cut, which I had never seen before.
What's the match cut when?
It's when like the finger. There's a scene where in it somebody's finger is going down to touch the blood in the car.
It's the
and
bone.
it
Bone
fades.
turning into the spaceship.
It's a bone turning. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It fades to the finger touching the answering machine button. That kind of thing.
Right.
Blood Simple is a great movie. The middle like 20 minutes of that movie, there's no dialogue. It's just the handsome block of wood trying to bury Dan Hedaya.
Okay, I'll have to watch it again.
It's great.
All right, I'll trust you. Spike Club.
Spike Club. Here's what I hate. Cars on the highway that drive at the same speed as cars in other lanes.
Oh, like when they're just cruising along right next to another car and not thinking that you might want to get around them.
Yeah.
This is probably an even gianter problem on that stretch of the
5?
No, the 110
Oh.
between Highland Park and like
Yeah.
that little area, the fucking stop sign entryway.
Yeah, where you have to literally floor it.
Yeah, exactly.
And have recently had an oil change.
Yeah. And
Or you're going to get rear-ended and blown to smithereens.
yeah, and everyone there is just like disobeying all rules of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane. But like there are 3 lanes. If there are 3 lanes, one's for slow, one's for medium, one's for fast.
Right.
For fuck's sake.
I'm with you on that.
Oh, but if you if you're just driving at the same speed, or worse, you're not even next to them, but you're like slightly behind them, so everyone behind you is completely trapped.
Yeah.
I fucking hate you.
Killer.
Just like be aware of that there are other people. We're not all in your movie.
Right. I hate no, there's this the 2 here for some reason. The 2 and the 134, once you get past Eagle Rock, like out this way, people are just taking their good old time.
Where is the non-fire?
I have no idea. Like in LA, like I thought everyone in LA drove to get the fuck out of the road.
Yeah.
Like, and these people are
you want
like,
to stay in your car longer?
yeah, and you've got like open road out here, which is beautiful. I love that part of the 2. But then like I get behind someone going like 50 on the highway, and like literally this happens every single morning.
Yeah.
That I am leaving like at 9 o'clock during rush hour. We're blessed with these open roads out here where you're not like back to back traffic, and I will get behind someone going 50.
Yeah. 50 miles. What are you doing?
Just fucking, you can go 70.
Yeah. Or
You
get
can go
over.
70.
Or
just
get,
do it.
Or just get
stay out of humans' ways.
Yeah. These lanes over here are for adults.
I'm with you. Those are, get in the children's lane.
Get in the goddamn children's lane.
You're a child.
Or at least
you're a fucking child.
At least travel at a different speed than the lanes on either side of you.
Yes, exactly.
Because that's how the highway works.
My Spike Club is when people say, we turned out fine.
Oh.
When you're like talking about like children's things and like, I got fucking rammed in the ass every day by my basketball coach and I turned out fine. You're just like, what you're describing to me sounds horrible. Like, I don't want that. I don't want my child to turn out fine.
Yeah.
Like after having endured like enormous tragedy every day of his life.
Right. Ass ramming.
Like I went to a pretty shitty school, like Amber McClincha, our good listener.
Hey, Amber.
Will and John McCarran and John Harmon and
Hi, John.
the rest of those Clionians, they will all attest to that. Like we went to a overwhelmingly shitty school, and we turned out fine. That's true, but it's almost like we turned out fine in spite of our school,
Right.
Like,
and then that is like, and that's the idea. It's like, in spite of all of the adversity, I turned out fine.
right. Well, that's true, but it's such an excuse for like not asking for more,
Right. Yeah. And settling for adversity.
Right. Exactly.
When there are other places to put it.
I watched TV nonstop, 24 hours a day, and I got beaten like to shreds every time I'd left my bedroom, but I turned out fine.
Yeah,
You're like, so that's an excuse. So now that's how everyone should live.
Yeah, I've rested my brainstem on the corner of an ottoman for 4 years watching UHF.
Yeah,
and now I have horrible scoliosis. I didn't turn out fine at all.
Did you watch UHF that much? The Weird Al movie, you mean?
No, I mean UHF channels.
Oh, how about
but
that?
also, I did enjoy that Al Yankovic movie.
It's a good movie.
He was at that Pixies concert at the Palladium.
What?
Yeah. The night that I got tinnitus because I smoked medical marijuana.
And you just saw... Wait, were we at the same concert? Because I saw them.
That was me and Dave Dowling. But you went... They did like a 3-night stand. You went a different night than I went.
I see, okay.
But me and Dowling went, and I scored
Weird
some
Al
medical
was hanging
marijuana.
out?
And Weird Al was there. Wow. And I saw him just as I was getting used to my new life with tinnitus because Black Francis yelled the word tame into my fucking bones.
I think that's just the moment you woke up into reality, and I think that tinnitus is basically residual. It's like a tail. Like what's the word for that?
Vestigial tail.
A vestigial tail. In your brain of that night when you saw God, and
I did see God.
You don't want to shake it.
There was a point where Dowling and I looked at each other with our red eyes, and we're like, neither of us had realized that "Tame" is the best song on Doolittle.
It's a very powerful song.
No, Jeffrey, it's the best song.
I know. You and your tinnitus. Let's move on to fatherly advice because I got to go to sleep.
I understand. Fatherly advice.
Help me, Daddy. Fatherly advice. Help me, Daddy. Fatherly advice. Okay, my fatherly advice for this week. Often you will hear people tell you, if you're going to give choices to your child, just give like 2 choices. Like, do you want Cheerios or do you want Rice Krispies?
Yeah.
So therefore, that gives them a sense of agency.
Yeah. It's the lion tamer at the bottom of the chair.
Yeah. Well, and using that metaphor, taking that to the next level, what I never quite understood the real trick, which is to lead with the choices. I.e.
Say more.
Kid has to go to bed.
Yep.
You don't say, do you want to go to bed or do you want to play with your toys? You say, do you want to go to bed with the unicorn or do you want to go to bed with the stuffed monkey?
Yeah.
So therefore, you're you're giving him, you're eliminating one possibility, which is not going to bed.
Yes.
So lead with your choices, parents. Give them, set up the scenario that they have to do,
Yep.
and then give them a choice within that,
Yes.
as opposed to just giving them any free floating choice that
Yeah.
they want to choose from.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you.
That's brilliant.
Okay.
Have I told you about choose the last thing you're going to do?
No. Maybe. Probably.
With Oscar, I've been like, all right, next thing is bed, so choose the last thing you're going to do out here.
Oh, I like that.
And he chooses the last thing he does, which is like, I'm going to put this Lego on this Lego.
Right, but the
and then he
implicit
accepts his
thing
fate.
is you're going to bed.
Yeah, and this is like, you get to choose the last thing you're going to do.
That's good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Another choice thing.
Okay, what's your fatherly advice?
My fatherly advice is there exists, Jeffrey, in the world, virtual personal assistants in India and elsewhere.
I've heard, and I don't trust it.
Well, here's the funny thing.
Yeah.
If you have all these projects you just can't get off the ground,
Okay.
and you're like, oh, I know, I'll hire a personal assistant.
Yep.
You get all excited about it, and then you get your shit together in order to assign it all to a personal assistant, and in so doing, you just accidentally get all your shit together.
Oh, interesting. So did you ever pull the trigger?
I have yet to have to, because I have been like getting ready to,
Right.
and in so doing, getting so much work done.
But like, what would you give to someone?
Scraping the internet for information, like mailing addresses of whatever,
Okay.
like college theater departments,
Okay.
things like that.
Okay.
And so I set up I do the whole thing, and I set it all up, and then you say, and there's a very particular way to get them to work and say, here's this thing, here's what I need to get done. Work for 3 hours and then stop, and we'll see how far you went. And
Yeah.
then that's the amount of money that you're going to spend the 3 hours, and see how far they got, and then assess whether you want to proceed.
Okay.
And you have to do it like that. Otherwise, if you're just like, here, fill out this spreadsheet. They're like, that took me 48 hours, and that'll be $500, please.
Uh-huh.
As opposed to like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
It's so tough because like, I know how I work. I'm a freelancer. Mm-hmm. I'm sitting there fucking coming up with ideas all day long.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to just get to work.
I know. Oh, believe me, I know.
So then like, if you're hiring someone else, you're like assuming that they don't have the same limitations that you have as a human being.
I know what you mean completely, and this haunts me. Like I could never do something like this. I
No.
could never be someone else's virtual personal assistant.
No,
'Cause that
3
means you
hours,
have
you're going to just work
on someone else's behalf.
Yeah. Like, well, what do they learn how to work better in those countries?
Well,
Maybe.
Although at work today, I was slammed, and I just worked on behalf of Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah, no, that's true. But if that then you have to be like, you have to be confined. You have to be in your space. You have to do it.
Yeah,
Right?
I think so.
Okay.
So you have to figure out how to delegate.
So
in
like,
such a
are
way.
you, when you're hiring this personal assistant, are you going through a company in which they're like sitting at their desk and someone is staring at them like ready to cane them if they don't
Great
perform
question.
your function?
I don't.
You don't know because you haven't had to.
No.
So really your advice is prepare for the virtual assistant, but don't hire the virtual assistant.
Well, burn that bridge when you come to it. I mean, like, you may or may not, in fact, need to hire them. Just prepare. Know that they exist.
Yeah.
And prepare to hire one, because won't your life be so much easier, and you can get all those projects off the ground.
Sure.
And then discover and allow yourself to, you don't need to actually hire one, or do hire one.
I have no idea what someone else could do for me.
Oh man, do I. I spent a morning on the train just brainstorming things I could have other people do for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like dealing with like the DMV or something like that. I just wouldn't trust anyone though. Don't you have to give them your personal information then? Like,
I mean,
how are
yeah.
you going to do billing and stuff? Like, I just like,
This is more pie in the sky
there's
shit.
a lot of bullshit. Sarah just got her computer stolen
Oh fuck.
and her purse.
What? Where? From whom? I mean, from how?
Roston's porch.
What?
Someone just like walked up and took her shit off the porch.
Were you guys inside?
I was not there. She was inside. And she actually saw the person walk up onto the porch, but she was like, why is that person on the porch? And she didn't realize that she had like put her stuff out there.
Oh,
and then
fuck.
and they stole her car keys. They got our kids' social security cards that were in her wallet for some reason. They got her computer. They got her backup drive.
Oh, no.
So, like, every picture we've taken over the last 10 years is
no.
missing. Every picture she's taken over the last 10 years. Every picture I've taken is still good. But, yeah, it's everything. And we had to, like, all of her passwords and stuff were probably on the computer. Like, so I don't know how to navigate that.
So she got eyeballs on this person?
No. What do you mean? Oh, she saw the person, sort of, but like she was just like, who's that person walking onto the porch? Like it wasn't like it didn't register. She wasn't like, I know exactly who that person is.
Oh.
So what was the point of that? I don't know. So now we have to do everything.
What a drag.
Again. It's kind of a drag. I don't know what to do about it.
Yeah.
It's like but it's so weird. It's like they haven't tried to use her credit cards. Like the computer hasn't been opened. Like we can see on the internet, like when it was last logged in.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like, so it just seems like someone who was having a psychotic episode or something.
Wow.
It was like a 25-year-old white girl who like was like dressed like a hipster, Sarah said.
What?
So it's just like, what would that, like, unless she was like a drug addict or something, or like,
yeah,
maybe.
And she buried it in a yard.
Yeah. Or it seems like there's some kind of psychotic break happening or something.
Oh man.
I don't know. I don't want to end on that down note. Tell us a funny story.
Okay, I'll tell you a funny story. Virtual assistants, I already talked about that.
Yep.
I already talked about tea bags.
Yep.
Funny stories, huh? Well, I'll tell you about a cockfight I went to in Puerto Rico.
No, I don't want to hear about that again. Hazel tonight was my son is getting adorable. Like he's getting to that stage right now where he's like just talking, like he knows a ton of words and like he kind of just says things, but you're like, do you know what you're saying? But I don't know, but it's adorable.
Uh-huh.
That's it. That's the end of the story. But I don't know.
Oh, that's so cute.
I'm trying to break out of this.
Oh, yeah.
Doldrums that we were ending on.
I know the sadness of theft. Oscar also is being very cute these days.
Okay.
He's a very cute kid, it turns out.
Can you give me an example?
As I was leaving, this isn't actually that cute.
Okay.
Let's
just end it. Let's just end it. We're done.
Should we put everyone out of their misery, Jeff?
I think so.
But here's the good news.
Yeah.
This is the second episode in as many weeks.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
And that's been a long time.
Exactly. Be happy. Be happy for this, people. If you enjoy listening to us ramble, we rambled the shit out of it.
We rambled the living fuck out of this.
Yeah, we rambled. Yeah,
and maybe even next week, Tuesday, Wednesday. Let's name a night. Let's keep.
We
doing
can talk about it. We're talking about doing some special episodes coming up.
Yeah, specials.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be very exciting.
What was that weird word that you just came up?
Spusodes. That's a dad man tale.
Spusodes. Okay.
We love you guys very much.
Yes. Good night.
Please visit us on the internet.
Visit us on the internet. Rate us on iTunes.
Yeah.
Call us 323-484-4383.
Uh-huh.
I love that we do that every week and no one calls.
That's okay though, because I understand. You think we're going to answer, and then you'll have to talk to us personally, and you would rather not do that.
No humans.
No, it's just an answering machine. There's no way we could possibly.
We have hired a camel to answer the phone, and it goes, "Yeah,"
and then it spits all over you.
And then it spits all over you.
Camels spit on you.
Talking to the camel.
Do you see the Bear Grylls thing where he disemboweled a camel and crawled inside?
Ew, no.
Yeah, shit was fucked up.
A living camel?
No, it was dead already, and he had to sleep overnight in it. Did you see
someone killed it for him?
No, he came across a dead one. But actually, now that I think about it, how lucky are you to come across a dead camel?
Yeah, I've got this camera crew with me. Oh, here's a dead camel.
Did you see The Revenant?
I haven't.
Oh, there's a scene where he
seemed
has
upsetting.
to do that.
I didn't want to see it. It seemed upsetting.
Well, let me give you a little bit of advice. If you're on a horse and you both ride off a cliff and land on snow and the horse dies and you don't, immediately take off your clothes, disembowel the horse, and crawl into it.
Good.
Because apparently, what's his name knew to do that right away the moment that happened.
Yeah, but it's basically, you're just fucking, like, it's just Star Wars again, right? It's the Empire Strikes Back. Like, didn't
Hoth
Luke do that in the Tauntaun?
Oh, in the Tauntaun, yeah. Here's good filmmaking, Jeff. You ready? Disembowel an animal and get in it.
Yeah, that's good. You won an Oscar. Did Leonardo DiCaprio win an Oscar for that?
I think so, and I think he had a man bun the whole time. Man buns, Jeff.
Thoughts to chew on. All right, let's go.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.